We are going to take a look at what research shows about soft skills and what it means for you and your team. And you're probably familiar with the term soft skills. It's basically a synonym for people skills. The term soft skills has really developed since the 1920s when there was a groundswell of interest in the area of employee development. And by the 1950s and 60s, soft skills were commonly being studied and researched at the university level. So what are soft skills? According to the Cambridge Business English Dictionary, soft skills are people's abilities to communicate with each other and work well together. So soft skills affect our ability to communicate as individuals, and they also affect our ability to work well together. For the next few minutes, I'd like to share a few research studies that clearly show that soft skills are actually essential core skills needed for any organization to be successful. And soft skills and soft skill training are vital according to both old and new research. Speaking of old research, you've probably heard of the classic study by the Carnegie Foundation written by Charles Ryborg Mann in 1918. And even though the study was conducted over 100 years ago, it's completely consistent with recent studies. And the study reported that 1,500 professional engineers were asked to list the most important factors in determining probable success or failure in their job. And the responses were surprising because they found that personal qualities were listed 7 times more frequently than technical knowledge or technique as the most important factors. So once again, personal qualities were listed 7 times more frequently than technical knowledge or technique. And this 7-to-1 ratio indicates that 85% of a person's job success is due to interpersonal skills and only 15% is due to technical knowledge. Now, after making that observation, Mann continued to note in his report, and I quote, "To the man who would deal successfully with human labor and with business, personality is usually a greater asset than technical knowledge and skill." Now, if we look at a newer study in 2017 titled Returns to On-the-Job Soft Skills Training, when that was conducted by 3 universities, University of Michigan, MIT Sloan, and Boston College, and they studied one of the largest employers in India to determine the benefit of soft skills training for female garment workers. And the ladies were selected at random to receive 80 hours of training over the course of 1 year in different areas. So according to the study, the soft skill training program resulted in an increase of 12% in productivity and a 258% return on investment. And there was a clear cost benefit in terms of productivity, and the ladies also showed marked improvement in their ability and willingness to communicate with one another. Moving on to another study in 2014, Fernando Cortez of Texas A&M conducted a study on soft skills and employee retention. And he surveyed 113 HR professionals to compile a list of the top 10 soft skills. And here's the list: communication, courtesy, flexibility, integrity, interpersonal skills, positive attitude, professionalism, responsibility, teamwork, and work ethic. So it's a good list, but along with identifying this list, Cortez received something that was very interesting. The HR professionals reported that most of the soft skills needed in the workplace have little or no training programs available for further development. And that was surprising. In other words, they were not able to find readily available ways to develop the very soft skills that they had identified. So let me ask you a question. Is soft skills training really that hard to find or implement? Well, I would say no, and here's why. It turns out that there is a simple way to boost many soft skills at the same time, because they all have something in common. And what is it? Our personality style. Our personality style is the common factor that influences most of our soft skills. Each of us approach almost every aspect of our lives through the perspective of our own built-in personality style. And our personalities influence how we approach communication, how we approach interaction on a team, how we perceive others, and how we go about our daily work. So the personality model that we use is called the DISC model of human behavior. And the reason that we use it versus other personality models is that DISC is easy to remember and it's easy to apply. It's based on the idea that some people are more outgoing and some are more reserved. Some are more task-oriented and some are more people-oriented. And there's much more we could say, but the main point is this. DISC bridges the soft skills training gap. So if you want to boost a wide range of soft skills, you can do it through training your team on the DISC model of human behavior. And you'll recall the previous list of top 10 skills. You can see communications at the top, and it's related to our personality style. For example, communication for a people-oriented person tends to be more relational versus informational for a task-oriented person. And communication can be vastly improved between two people simply by increasing understanding of each other's personality styles. Courtesy is next on the list. Courtesy training can be accomplished in part by training those who are more task-oriented to speak with those who are more people-oriented in a friendly and polite way. It sounds obvious, but it's not obvious to many people. So, for example, participants can be trained to understand the power of courteous language with those on their team who are more people-oriented. And those who are reserved can answer more directly for those who are task-oriented. That is a kind of courtesy in communication. Flexibility training can be improved by teaching outgoing people to be more flexible with reserved people who need more time to think things through or adapt in many situations. And at the same time, those who are reserved can learn to be more flexible to step up the pace and take action when necessary to adapt to their more outgoing team members. And again, all this is related to personality styles. And it's not necessary to go through each of these 10 soft skills in the list to see that DISC is related. It bridges the gap in the need for soft skills training. So what if you knew that all of your soft skills could be improved, and easily? And what if you knew that your productivity of your team could increase by 12%? And what if you knew that the return on your investment for training could be 258%? Well, these studies that we mentioned are not presented as direct proof that DISC training will result in any particular outcome for you. However, the studies certainly help show that there can be big benefits in soft skills training. Your team can be stronger and more productive, and we believe that we offer the best DISC training available anywhere. We can tailor a program according to your needs, and we look forward to being able to work with you. So thanks for listening. We hope you have a great day.